Hello friends, welcome back. This is Manish Pandey. Today in this video, I am going to show you how to mark item as a business exception. In the previous video, you learned how to mark item as a system exception, and this is the continuous part of work queue VBO. Now I am going to show you, so what is business exception? Business exception occurs when a certain transaction value does not meet a business requirement. Business exception is not actually exception. Based on the business rules, we create or generate the exception explicitly. For example, you are working on a process where you need to get order quantity from queue and write to application, and as per business rule, if order quantity is less than 10, then board should not process that item because seller can accept only 10 or more orders. So we need to mark that item as a business exception with proper reason, like order quantity is less than 10. So what will happen, whenever your process will go through that step, that business exception part, and it will always check that your order quantity is less than 10. If yes, it will just throw a business exception, mark that item as a exception with business exception, and then escape that item and then pick other items. If next time order quantity is greater than 10, then it will start processing with the other part, right? So this is business exception. Now I am going to show you how to do this in Blue Prism. So here you will see we have just used system exception and here completed. Now I want to add one more thing, that is for business exception. So for business exception, here we have just launch and login. So we cannot do anything here. So let me just do it here, and let me add one more thing here in the same block, because this is the process part, and in the same after launch and login, I am going to do one more process, one more step here, that is for checking that order quantity is less than 10 or not. Decision stage, and that decision stage will check that a specific order quantity is less than 10 or not. Now how can we get less than 10? So here when we will get all the pending items, it will give all the pending items, it means all the collection of pending item IDs. Now it will loop through one by one, and then here in get item by ID, currently in the output we are taking as only item ID. Now here we have a data collection, so each item ID, it will give the complete data of that specific item ID. It means, let me first create that. Now we are taking all the data for that specific item ID. Let me take here right set next stage, and now you will see here we have taken data, so that's why now we are getting all the value of this specific item ID. So one by one item ID will be picked here, and now you can see all the values of that item ID. So we have order number, so this is the order number that we are getting on our queue, work queue, and this is the product code, this is the quantity and unit cost. Now I want to see this one, if quantity, so this quantity is type text, if quantity is less than 10, then will mark as a business exception. So we have this one, quantity column. Now so double click on this decision and put here, so we'll write here data, so this is the data collection dot quantity, because we have this quantity column, quantity field in that specific collection. So we'll write here data dot quantity less than 10. Now this quantity field we have here in this data, this is text, and we cannot compare with the text and number, because here we are passing number, right? So we need to convert this to numbers. How can we do that? Let me go to conversion and take here number. Now cut this part and replace the text with this one, and then cut this one and write here. Now we are writing two number open close bracket, and inside this we are passing that specific field, that is data dot quantity is less than 10. So it will check here, if this is less than 10, then will throw an exception. Let me validate this. Now click OK. So if yes, then will throw one exception, and that exception is business exception. Now let me link this. And how can we throw an exception? So we can throw exception here itself, here. So we are going to throw this. If yes, throw an exception. If no, go to mark completed, right? If no, then go to mark completed, right? So here double click on this exception, and here in the exception type we want to throw business exception. So we will click on exception type and select business exception. If you are not getting any exception here, so you can manually type this one, business exception, and here in the exception type you need to enter that exception detail. So exception detail you can write like this in double quotation BE, so it will say like business exception, and then we can write here quantity, or like order quantity less than 10. So this is our exception message. Now click OK. Now you know that once we will get one error, so it will be cached by this recover part, and then it will go and store the exception detail, it means the region. And now we will store one more thing, that is exception type. So here this is calculation stage, so we cannot store two things here. So let's delete this and take one multi-calc stage. This is just to store exception, and we will store two things here. First we will store our exception region here. So for that our expression is this one, go to exception, select exception detail, click OK. Now we are going to store one more thing, that is exception type. So we can just write here, copy and paste exception type, or you can click here, go to exceptions and take exception type, and then we can store here in exception type. Create this. Now click OK. Now we have this data item, and this is the multi-calc. So link this here, link here. Why we are storing exception type? Because based on this exception type we can differentiate, like we can say if this is business exception, then update as a business exception, mark item as a business exception. If this is system, it means this is not business exception, then mark item as a system exception. So now after resume, here we will take one more decision stage here, and we will write here, is this system exception? So we will check like this. And how can we check that? So we will take this exception type. If exception type equals to double quotation, we will write here system exception. So if this is system exception, so we will directly link this with the mark exception. Otherwise, if this is not, so we will mark as a business exception. So how can we mark that? So for that, let me first do, and we'll take one more action stage, and we'll link with this. So if this is not system exception, it means this is business exception, right? So we'll mark this as a business exception. So we'll click on the business object, select work use, and then to mark business exception we need to select the same action that we used for exception, system exception. So we'll select this, and same code also we need to do. Same thing, it means the item ID we need to pass here, same item ID, and same exception region will store here, and now click OK. So same exception region means whatever exception will get here, if first time we are getting here, so it will same exception region will be stored. If we are getting here, so it will be system exception, right? So same data item will be used here. So either you can use in this way two different action for the same purpose, or you can use same action for business exception also. Now two things, only you can use different if you think that you need to in the system exception part you want to retry that, so you can retry. If you don't retry, if you want to just leave both thing as a by default blank, so no need to take two items, you can just take same thing, right? Otherwise, like you can also use this one in a different way. You can also update like this, mark business exception, delete this. So you can also use like this. Otherwise, what we can do, I can show you. Let me first cut this, and you can take an anchor stage here and one anchor stage here, and you can link this here, link here, and then go back to this one. So what will happen, if system exception, then it will update the same region. If not system exception, if this is business exception, so same region will update here, right? So we are not doing different things, only we are just checking the here, and we are throwing an error. So only we are learning here that we are throwing an exception, and based on that exception, this same action will be updating that region, right? Now what we are doing after that, if let's say we have launched that Centrix application and we have logged in, right? Now after that, if there is any exception, so we need to close that, right? Otherwise again every time we are going to launch that. So here we will delete this and we will take one action stage, and this is for closing this application. If after mark completed, you can close this at the end, or if there is exception, then because every time we are launching, right? So let me link this, and let me link this also here, and then link with this way, right? Now double click on this action and select Centrix Data Solutions and click on close. So this will close Centrix Data Solutions application. Now this is done. Let's run this one. Now step over. So we have already started, right? You can see that. So in Blue Prism Studio, what we can in Process Studio, like even we have started the run, and we can update that code, and we can also make changes to that. Now after login, now this you can see login successful. We are going to see quantity less than 10 or not. So in this data, our quantity is less than 10, it means 5. So it will throw an exception, business exception, and then automatically it will go to recover part, exception, and then recover exception region. And now you can see the region type is business exception, and region is order quantity less than 10. Now you will see here it will check the condition, is it system exception? No, so it will go here, right, and then mark item as an exception. So let me show you first in the queue. So this 1 to 5, this item has been picked now, and now once I will go through this, and you will see here, refresh this item marked as a business exception. You can see this is BE, business exception. And how can you see that? Not showing that, so just open with this way, and you will see here, once you will see, open the log, it is showing this is stage name business exception, this is system exception, no, false, and error is, what is this error? Error is business exception, order quantity less than 10, right? So we have marked this item as a business exception. Now I am going to show you how to now mark item as a system exception. Close this. Now go to next, and now in this data, this time we have 17. It means we have now more than that. Launch. So launch successful, but in the login part, what I am going to do, I am going to delete this password and make it invalid password. Launch. Now it will throw an error, you can see. So automatically it will go to the recover stage. Next. Now exception is, type is system exception, and region is syntax login not successful. Now you will see here, it will check, is it system exception? So yes, it will go to now this one directly, and same action will work in for system exception also and business exception also. And you will see here now that item has been marked as a system exception. So this one we marked as a system exception. Click on view log, and you see now, so this was business exception and this is system exception, right? So by this way we can mark item as a system exception and business exception. If you want to learn UiPath RPA, then you can visit my YouTube channel youtube.com/UiPathRPA. If you want to learn Blue Prism from Udemy, so I have created one course for Blue Prism RPA complete course on Udemy. So you can go there and you can purchase that course and you can get the certificate from there. I will enter the referral code and the link in the video description. You can go through that. I hope you will like that one. Thank you so much for watching this video.